Hello everybody, my name is cheyennedingesss and welcome to Tea Time Talks, where every Tuesday you and I come together, we sip on something good, and we talk about those real everyday obstacles that you and I are facing in our day-to-day lives, trying to achieve our most healthiest, happiest, most successful selves. So if this sounds like something maybe you want to listen in on when you're on your way to work, maybe you're at home, maybe you're working out, whatever the case might be, go ahead and subscribe, and we will be here with you every Tuesday. All right, you guys, so if you tuned into last Tuesday's video, you already know the drill. What are you drinking? All right, it's Tea Time Talks for a reason. I want to know what you're drinking. If you have not gotten your drink yet, go ahead and pause the video, run to the kitchen, and go make yourself something that makes you happy, okay? Doesn't need to be fancy, just makes your heart happy. So assuming that you guys already have your drinks made, let's talk about it. So in my cup, okay, I was really thinking about doing a tea today. I really was, but then I went to the store yesterday and they have my favorite hot chocolates out. They were like all out, like right in the middle, just like advertising it, I guess because winter's, you know, right around the corner. Oh my gosh, y'all, when I tell you, I hope you can see it. It is my favorite brand of hot chocolate, okay? It's called Stevens Gourmet Hot Cocoa, and they have so many different flavors. I can't. Okay, I got it at Walmart. It's so good. And I got the salted caramel flavor this time, and it's just chef's kiss, okay? It just makes me so happy. So that is what I'm drinking today. If you're drinking something right now, which you should be, go ahead and comment it down below, and I wanna hear. Also, what's your favorite hot cocoa? I'd love to hear that. My favorite so far, it definitely has to be between like peppermint hot cocoa. Why did I say it so slow?
Hot cocoa.
Or hazelnut hot cocoa. Like both of those are just like, oh, so good. So comment down below what your favorite is. Okay, so now that we know what we're drinking, we're settled in, we're listening, we're all tuned in, let's get into the video. Before we do get in though, I do want to make it very well known, I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm not a professional at anything I'm talking about. I'm not a therapist. I'm not an advice giver, if that's a professional thing. I'm not. I am just simply a girl that is voicing her thoughts, her opinions, her perspective of everything, okay? So everything that I'm saying right now is just strictly from my own perspective, not a professional standpoint, okay? I just want to make that well known in every video. So now that we know that, let's get into the video. How are we doing? And yes, if you tuned into last Tuesday, you were probably like, oh, you asked me this last week. This is getting so repetitive. It's gonna be, because I'm gonna ask you this every week. Why? Because each day is a new day. Each week is a new week. You have new feelings right now, okay? New obstacles, new challenges, new things that are making you happy, new things that are just stressing you out. I want you to write about that. So go ahead and get a notebook paper, okay, pen or pencil, and I want you to write a full page of everything that is on your mind. That is what I challenge you to do, a full page. And like I said before, the purpose of doing this is to release it from your mind. We want to make our minds less cluttered, okay? The less cluttered it is, the more at ease we will feel, okay? So I do this every day and it helps me so much, and that's why I want to try to get you guys into the habit of doing it as well. So try it out. Okay, so now that we've written out our full page of everything that's on our mind, decluttering, okay, I challenge you to write out 5 things that you are grateful for today, okay? The purpose in doing this is because we can get so wrapped up in the negativity that we produce ourselves. For instance, oh, I don't have this. Oh, I wish I was just rich already. Or, oh, this sucks. Life sucks, blah, 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 blah. You just keep on going on and on with the negativity. Here's how I see it, okay? How can I be so ready to accept these huge blessings to come onto me if I can't even be grateful for what I have right here in front of me? Right? If I can't be grateful for what I currently have, how can I be ready to accept these huge blessings to come onto me? It's so, so important to learn to be grateful for what you currently have. Like I told you in the last video, I'm a very spiritual person. A lot of the things that I have right now are things that I prayed for way long ago, and I have them now. I need to be grateful for that so that the new things that I'm praying for, once they do come, I can be grateful for that, you know? Like, it just needs to be an ongoing pattern of being grateful for what you currently have and still working towards what your goals are, if that makes sense. So 1 full paper, 5 things you're grateful for. Now, for the people that were here last week, those 5 goals that I got you to write out, how did we do with those? Did you achieve any of them? Did you maybe do like 2 out of the 5 goals, or did you do all of them? I want you to comment that down below, okay? I'm trying to hold you accountable to the things that we're writing about and the things that we're talking about. So if you achieved these goals, yes, great. If you didn't, okay, what made you not? What was it that came in the way of you doing them? I want you to comment that down below. Did you achieve your goals from last week? If not, what can we do this week to make them happen? All right, you guys, so as you've seen in the description, we are talking about toxic behavior, okay? Super relevant in our lives because it's everywhere, okay? It's everywhere. Whether it be with your family, whether it be with your friendships, your love life, social media, work, everywhere, okay? Everywhere can have toxic behavior. So let's talk about how we can approach these toxic behaviors in the best manner possible. And let's talk about how we can be self-aware to make sure that we are not being the toxic person. So like, what is the definition of toxic behavior? The definition of toxic behavior is bringing on negativity, adding on more negativity and upset into a person's life. That is toxic behavior. Now, toxic traits are not limited to just like one. There are so many different types of ways to be toxic, and that's kind of where I'm wanting to start with. I want to talk about those traits because how can we find it within our, people in our lives if we don't even know what all of them are? So I made a handy dandy note sheet and we're about to go over them. Okay, so toxic traits, blaming. Okay, 0 accountability, constantly finding ways to blame so-and-so in the situation, but it's never your fault. You did not do anything in it. You are an angel in the situation. You are just simply here, just acknowledging how so-and-so just messed it all up. You didn't do anything wrong. That is the blame game. Do not get involved in the blame game. Now, gaslighting. Making so-and-so believe that their perspective of the situation is just completely false. Just like they made it up. Making them kind of just feel crazy in a way. And they're not. But that is how you are reacting to it. You are just making it seem like it was just a complete false reality. Just, nope, didn't happen. Lying. Lying is toxic. I mean, of course, a lot of you guys probably have known that, but yeah, lying is toxic. Don't do it. Now let's talk about it in family situations, because family situations can be like a little bit different, okay? Comparing. Maybe you have parents that are constantly comparing you to your sibling. Why can't you just be more like Jimmy? He gets all A's and he goes to tutoring and he is just an angel of a child. Why can't you be like Timmy? Oh my gosh, I switched his name. Jimmy. The comparing, that's no. We are all our own selves, okay? We all function differently. We do not ever deserve to be compared to anybody. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I love to live by that. Overreacting. Okay, overreacting can be another one because the slightest thing that goes off, you are exploding, okay? When certain things don't go exactly how you want them to be, you can't just turn it into like an explosive situation. Invalidating somebody's feelings, okay? They're pouring their heart out to you right now. And in that scenario, you still find a way to say, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. What? How are you supposed to tell somebody what they can feel? Right, because you can't. Criticism, constant criticism, okay? That can be toxic. Constantly just trying to say so-and-so's not doing this right, so-and-so isn't doing this, blah, 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 blah. That stuff adds up. If you make that a consistent, everyday thing that you're doing towards your partner, towards your friends, towards your family, towards whoever, like, people will just get to a point where it's just like, am I not doing enough? You know, can I not be acknowledged for like the little accomplishments that I made? Hold on, let me not even put little in front of it, because there's no such thing as little accomplishments. Every accomplishment is valid and it deserves to be recognized. And if you're constantly being criticized, or if you're the person criticizing, it will make the person feel like they're just, whatever they're doing is not enough. You never want to make somebody feel that way. Life is so much, and the least that we can do is make sure that we are acknowledging the accomplishments that we are making in our day-to-day. So constant criticism is a no-go. Now, last but most certainly not least, victimizing. Whew. Man, victimizing. Whew. Now, before I even get into this one, let me just start off by saying this. I'm not saying this is like the most like worst of all, but in my personal opinion, I just feel like it's just so common in a lot of our day-to-days. Okay? So let's put this into like a story, okay? We have a character, Jimmy, okay? We have a second character, Bob, okay? Bob is a cashier at a pharmacy, and Jimmy is, let's say like a 15-year-old. Yeah, we'll say he's like 15. And he's going into so-and-so pharmacy where Bob works, and Jimmy decides that he does not want to pay for so-and-so candy bars. He wants a lot of them. We'll go with M&Ms. He wants a lot of M&Ms, but he does not want to pay for them, okay? He has the money to, but he just does not want to pay for them. So he goes in there with the idea that he's going to steal them, get away with it, okay? So Bob finds out that Jimmy is stealing his candy bars, and he's like, no, this isn't right. I'm going to go confront him about it. So he goes up to Jimmy and tells him, hey, I see that you're stealing my candy bars. Can you put them back, please? And stop doing that and never do that again? And Jimmy's just like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, just like, lying, whatever. And then this starts to make Bob a little bit frustrated because he clearly saw candy bars go into his bag. So now he starts to raise his voice a little bit, okay? He's being a little bit more firm. He's like, put the candy bars back, okay? Now, Jimmy has peeped that his voice is rising, and he sees this as his outlet to go through and start crying, okay? I mean, like, you didn't have to yell at me. I mean, like, I didn't deserve that. And just, just starts like crying, and just like now Jimmy is putting it on to him that he's in the wrong for yelling at him, when in the very beginning, Jimmy was the one stealing the candy bars. So now that we've talked about a lot of like the, main factors that we hear about like every day, let's talk about one that's kind of overlooked, okay? Had to take like a deep breath for this. Hold on, let me... Oof. Okay. All right, guys. Toxic positivity. What is toxic positivity? How can you be toxic and positive at the same time? Here's the definition. The belief that no matter how difficult the situation, People should maintain a positive mindset. So here's like a scenario. Here's an example. So we had the characters earlier, Jimmy and Bob. So we're going to use those again. So let's say Jimmy just got into a huge like biking accident. Okay, huge biking accident, super unfortunate. He's so upset because his legs are completely just not gonna recover again to where he can bike again. And biking is his thing, his go-to thing. He loves it. It's his whole life, okay? He's in the hospital right now. And then Bob comes in and he tells Jimmy, I know, you can't bike anymore, but you gotta stay positive, okay? You gotta keep on going, and you need to just be happy right now. You need to be glad that you're okay and that you can still walk. Jimmy starts to bawl, okay? He's like bawling his eyes out. So in the story, you can hear where Bob is coming from. He's just trying to keep Jimmy going, He's coming from a good point, but he doesn't realize that Jimmy is on a hospital bed right now. And he just got told by the doctor that he can never bike again. Biking was Jimmy's whole heart. He loved it. And you're telling him he should be happy right now? No, that is not the case. He should not be happy. He should be feeling what he is feeling. So whether that means that he's sad or he's mad, whatever like those emotions are, he needs to be able to feel those and not be told that he should be happy. So why is it bad? It rejects difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful, false, positive facade. Do you see how that Jimmy and Bob situation, it kind of ties hand to hand into that? Bob is trying to encourage Jimmy to be this cheerful, false positive when really he is just crushed. That is what toxic positivity is. It is important to feel your emotions. Not what so-and-so is telling you what to feel, what you are feeling. You need to feel those emotions. If you don't feel them, if you continue on with this false positive, it's gonna stay up here in your noggin, and it's just gonna build on and on and on, and it's just gonna cause you one day to just explode. Now, before we go further, I want to make this known. This is not a video to be negative in any type of way. This is a video to be self-aware, recognizing that maybe there's a different way I can approach it. That's what I'm hoping that you can get out of this video. If there is something that you need to work on, there's no shame in it. But let's make sure that we're tackling it and working towards being our best selves every day. If we are being the toxic person in our relationships, how can we fix it? If we're the ones that are being toxic in the situation, how do we fix it? Well, one, it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time on your part, and it also takes time on your people, whoever it is that you're trying to fix it with. They have to adjust to your changes as well. It takes time. So that's the first thing. Okay, second, being self-aware, realizing and acknowledging what I've been doing maybe isn't the best way to go about it. I want to fix that. That's being self-aware, okay? Number 2, listening. Not just hearing what so-and-so is telling you, but listening to it, absorbing everything that they are telling you is bugging them or upsetting them, and just, they want it to be fixed. Really listening to it, not just hearing it, but listening and absorbing it. Showing compassion, showing that you care and that you want to better yourself, okay? You want to grow from this. You want to be better, you want to grow from these negative habits, and that's good. And then put your ego to the side, okay? Another one. And think first, react second. So this ties into, thinking before you speak. Think before you get into what you're gonna say next in a disagreement or whatever. Is what you're about to say going to fuel the fire? Okay, we already have a small fire going right now. Is what I'm about to say going to fuel this fire? Am I tossing in some fire fluid right now? Or is what I'm about to say going to pour it out? Okay, just make the fire go out. That is how you have to approach anything that you're about to say. So out of everything that we've talked about today, guys, yes, toxic behavior is everywhere, but don't let that hold you down. It is so possible to fix, but it just takes a level of willingness and self-awareness to do it. You can't change somebody who doesn't want to change. They have to be self-aware. They have to be willing to do it. And goes on for you. If you notice today that maybe some of the things we talked about you've been doing in your personal life or whatever, it's possible to change it. And that is our positive outlook on it, okay? It's possible to change it, but you have to be willing and ready to go down that journey. And if you don't feel ready to do this on your own, seeking therapy is always a good route to go. Okay, I am a huge supporter of going to therapy. For so long, going to therapy was just such a negative thing. People turned it into just such a bad thing, and I never understood why. Because it is such a huge, huge thing that can help contribute to your growth and your healing and your success. You know what I mean? So if that's something that you might need to look into, then totally do it. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into our second episode of Tea Time Talks. I love having you guys here. I love hearing your thoughts, your feedback, what you think about the episode. It inspires me to keep on going, and I'm so excited about this. It makes me so happy to just know that this is helping somebody. If there's anything that I missed, please, please, please comment it down below. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's help each other out. That is the entire purpose of Tea Time Talks, okay? Let's help each other out, be that positive voice for each other. And I will see you guys next Tuesday for our episode of Tea Time Talks. Bye, guys!